Hello, I'm Kathy. If you're new here, welcome, and welcome to the rest of you too. I sure appreciate you guys. There aren't many of us, but here we are. It's a beautiful day here today. We just had a couple days of monsoon weather, and things are even getting greener than they were. So, I actually had a video request about how I make my pallet things and what I've created so far out of pallets. I love pallet wood. I like to build things. My grandfather, when I was young, he had 3 strokes. He was a carpenter, but by the time I was about 10 or 11, he was almost immobile. He walked on crutches very, very slowly. He could barely use his legs. And so I would go up every summer and I would be his legs. So I would stay with him for the entire day, running for things. And he taught me so much. I just have so much gratitude. I don't think I fully appreciated when I was growing up just what a strong man he was to do that. Every day he would get up, unless the weather was just ridiculous or something, but he would build every day. He would go out and walk so slowly. It was a large place. He had to walk quite a ways. And then he would sit down and get situated, and I would help him build his additions. He built additions on his house for apartments to rent. That's how he made his living in his older years. But anyway, that's why I like to build stuff. I'm pretty sure that I was heavily influenced by him, and I'm very grateful for that. So, we built this fence. We reinforced it. I've mentioned it, I think, many times. I love this fence so much. When we came out, we saw a lot of javelina tracks, and I didn't want them coming up to my door. So we figured that would be the fastest, least expensive way. I'm not made out of money, if you can't tell, and I want to use my money to build my cabin. So we went and he's got a good pickup with a good full-size bed in it, and we would go to town and pick up a load. I think we picked up 3. We built this fence, and then he left me a couple of good stacks of pallets so I could build things. So the first thing I built was this chest back here. I wanted a place to keep my tools. And you can see in the middle there, that's a pallet buster. And that's how I bought that. It wasn't real expensive, maybe $40 for that. But it fits between those slats and you can pry them up, And then I saved all the nails from that. A lot of this, I bought screws too, but a lot of this, I reused the nails. The whole floor I nailed together with the pallet nails. And I have a good lot of them saved that I can use for things. So I built that chest, and it took me a lot longer than it would have, but it was windy every day, and it would be very hot. I'd come out here and work for a half hour, go in and rest for a half hour and drink water. But I wanted to get together before the monsoons came and have a place to keep all my tools gathered up and put in there so they weren't spread all over the place. And it's wonderful. I really like it. And I like the look of the old wood, and it gave me some experience. I like to break it down like that and then build things like you normally would. But I love the look of that old wood. Thinking I'll make a chicken coop out of that. I think it'll work real good. And I've got some extra wood stacked on the end that I think I'll make a bench with it or something. Just really love working with it. I like this stuff. It's real handy. So then, my son sent me a gas grill so that I could grill my squash. Well, I need a table. So I just happened to have this little pallet, and I attached these 2x4s that came out of the pallets to make some legs, and then I put a shelf on the bottom that's kind of become a catch-all. But I put that down there mainly to reinforce it. And then I made this out of an old tablecloth I had. I covered it and stapled together this cover for it. Because the wind and the sun is just brutal on your things. You don't want to leave things out. I can see already it's wearing from this rain beating down on it, but it takes care of it pretty good. I'll probably have to replace it at some point. So those were the projects I created, and then out here you probably noticed I have a pallet sitting out here. And that is going to be my gate. But when the neighbors had a cow, a stray cow over there, and then we also got those javelinas, so I put that down there. It was right here because I don't think the javelinas or the cows would walk over that. And then it's going to go right here. Isn't that a beautiful little flower? Just start blooming. And then there's a patch of them out there. I don't know if you could see on this phone, probably not, but got a big patch of them. I think they're beautiful. They're little desert daisies. Real pretty. So anyhow, and then of course, I'm gonna build my cabin with pallets and then cover them with cob. And of course, it'll all be reinforced with a good strong framework, but yeah. Putting the pallets to good use out here. So anyway, that's just a little short explanation of what I'm doing with all these pallets. I hope to get some more soon. But first, I got to clear that area for my cabin. I'm going to have the county inspector will come out and verify my setbacks. So that's kind of what I'm going to be working on. It's supposed to be cooler weather this week. So I hope you'll join me again. It's going to take me a little time to put that video together. I might do a midway video. It's a lot of work cutting those. Those mesquites are hardwood and they are mighty. I've got a sawzall with a pruning blade that I'm cutting them with. And then some of those big yuccas have fallen over and I've had to put those up, load them on my I have a gorilla cart and I load them up on there, and I've been making a pile down off the driveway a ways. But it'll be a lot of work. But anyhow, I'll make some videos of that. I appreciate you guys so much, really do. And I hope you'll come back and check out the scene again sometime. You all take care. I hope you're enjoying your days. And yeah, I'll see you then. Thanks so much.